Okay, let's talk about the retirement here in US, also maybe in another country as well. So if you are wondering, because I have few people asking for that, so how does it work here? So here basically you have few options. One, if you work for yourself, you try to search for some company that they will take your money and invest it in something, so for your retirement. And if you work for a company, they will tell you, yeah, we are going to provide you with this retirement company, and away you go. Things that you have to keep in mind, like Robert Kiyosaki says, you don't know if you're going to be able to retire or not, because you're hoping and crossing fingers that you're going to be able to do it, because if the stock market crash or something like that happen, or the government run out of money, they're not going to be able to pay anything. So even if you pay them and everything, I'm going to tell you like a small little story. My grandmother, she used to have a good business, making a lot of money. She was thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to pay more to the government. At least in Argentina, that is the way it is with with the retirement plans and everything that you have. And a few years later, they try to add, private companies as well. But it depends on your country. So she started paying more. She said, okay, so when I get 50, 60, I'm going to have a lot of money, or a good amount, each month. What happened? The government ran out of money, and she got just the minimum amount, like all the money that she put in advance, the extra and everything, is like it was nothing. It was like she was putting just the minimum to get the minimum, retirement. So that is the story. Also, she got the like a letter from the government saying, okay, we're going to give you, maybe like a ridiculous amount, like something like $3,000, something like that, and you're going to quit, to that privilege that you had because you paid so much. If you don't do that, we're going to give you the minimum anyway, and if you agree, we're going to give you the money. So what she did, she signed, because it was or getting the minimum and nothing else, or getting some extra money and getting the $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever it was on that case. So she signed, and she said, okay, I got screwed. That is the way it is. So the good thing is that she had a few places to rent out and other people, and that plus the money and other things, she was able to survive until she passed away. So that is another thing that you have to keep in mind is, government, they are crooks, and they don't care about people. If you are having some doubts about that, you can read or listen the audiobook, the Dictator Handbook. That book is amazing. Yeah, so after you finish listening to that book, you will understand how everything works. It doesn't matter if it is here in US, in another country. Remember, government, the president or the king or whatever you have in your country, they will rule for them first and their family, and then for the inner group, that's it. So after that, you are the leftover. So if they do something for you, great. If you didn't get it, well, bad luck, like people say. So usually here in US is less of that kind of behavior, because the way things are set up here, but in most countries that is like 90% of the time. So I highly recommend that listening that book. If you want it, just let me know. I'll try to add it in the video description, or you can go to Audiobook or Amazon and get it for yourself. And another thing that you have to keep in mind is if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to retire and all the things, try to put that money aside and try to build some kind of business or invest in something, maybe like real estate, cars, rental cars. If you want to know more about that, just contact me. That way you can have some kind of passive income, so that way you don't have to worry, in the future if the government runs out of money or not. Remember, the government, they have two options, because they spend all that money already that you are giving to them. So they have one option is print more money, so your money will worth less over time, or they can take the money from the young generation, give it to the old people that are retired already. The problem with that is that in most countries you will see the population is not growing as fast as the old population, and people are living longer. So if they don't have enough money, because what they are doing right now, most of the country, they are taking the money from the young people that are putting money aside for the future. They're taking that money and giving it to the elderly people. So that is how it works. But like I mentioned before, because people are having less kids. So if you in the country, if you have less kids, less people, less young people, less people are going to start depositing money, putting money aside for their retirement. The government they are going to run out of money. That would be the big issue, like it happened to my grandmother. So don't let that happen to you. Try to invest, like I mentioned before, maybe in real estate, cars, rental cars, any kind of business, maybe computer classes or whatever you can create, so that way you can start selling those and have a passive income. And try to create something. Read books. If you want Rich Dad Poor Dad, he will teach you a lot of the things that I'm telling you right now. So I hope this video was useful. If you want to know anything else about USA, please let me know in the section below, and see you next time. Bye.